So now we get to cross the intuitive divide, the term intuitive divide. What that means to me and what that should mean to you is basically that gap gets smaller. So as you kind of move out of fear, as you're changing these agreements that are in your field, and as you're kind of moving through these things that are still holding a lot of these primary events, obviously they're traumatic. So as you're kind of moving these out of your field and you're taking away the charge, you're going to feel lighter. Your frequency goes up. Your body actually gets lighter. As you're moving out this trauma, you're actually clearing the stuff literally out of you. So you will feel lighter, and your intuition becomes a little bit better each time, especially as you do this process. The more you start to see how your mind has mapped these things, as you start to realize how you make these associations, as you start learning how to kind of associate themes to the things that have happened to you in your life, you're going to get better at it. You're going to get faster at it. And clearing it out is the easy part. Changing this using heart coherence is so easy, really, in comparison to trying to figure it out. So I'm going to encourage you to follow your intuition, and because it will get better and better as you go throughout this process. And the more you use the heart restoration process, also, the more you're accessing your heart coherence, it also in itself will also help improve your intuition, and your navigation to this process improves. So, follow your intuition, even if it does seem silly. Well, it's probably not this. Well, muscle test it and find out. Very simple. If you're not sure, muscle test it. It's my number one thing I say to people and drives everyone crazy. Just muscle test it. Quick and easy. You know the answer. So, you become more intuitive in your ability to locate these flags in the primary events in order to do the heart restoration process. The intuitive divide of the higher mind channel becomes more prolific and moves you away out of that emotional predatory channel. Basically, I talk about channels. There's the intuitive part of you that's kind of connected to everything, and then there's the fear state, which is a predator channel. It's kind of a low frequency, and you're in that low frequency. You start out in low frequency, and you have all these issues in your life, and you haven't addressed any of them. You're vibrating at a lower frequency. You're carrying all this emotional charged baggage, and you're weighted down by it. And so as you start to kind of clear this stuff out, and you change you're changing these agreements that are in your field, you're becoming lighter. We talked about how your field shrinks when you're in a fear state, but you kind of start expanding as you come into this love state. The more you work with your heart, the more heart coherent work you do, the more your field and that your expression there becomes healthier. You become lighter, you become expanded, and your intuition goes up. So your process actually gets faster. As a result of this, you'll get better and better at it, faster and faster at it, and you also get to kind of understand a little bit how you think and how you've made associations as a child and in your life. And in a sense, that'll actually help you to kind of stuff that out as you go through your day. Wow, I probably would have associated this with this, but I can see how I would do that. So you can you start to really do a little bit of self-work. You're doing the self-assessment. You're being a little bit more self-aware, trying to understand and then moving yourself out of these states. And this is the kind of thing where if something crummy happens to you, you can literally change it right away. If something bad happens to you and you're thinking, this would be so traumatic if it weren't for the fact that I can literally go walk to the bathroom and clear the... nobody's going to see, nobody's going to know, and I'll have this in seconds, my state will change. So when something crummy happens to you, you can try and address that charged emotion right away. But again, your intuition's you expand. You're expanding. You're moving into a different frequency, into a different channel. You're in a state that's more connected to every other thing, and your intuition does get better with this process. So the process picks up speed rapidly, and as a coach, we can help clear people so much quicker this way, especially when we're nice and balanced. Then we're really intuitive, and we can help pick up other people. I pick up on things really quickly for people asking questions, and they're like, "How could you even know that?" It's like, I don't know. It just came to me. And so, don't dismiss these thoughts that come into your mind as far as if you think it's something, just muscle test it and find out. Eventually, the individual learns to handle this process for themselves faster, better, and you can also help other people and you can teach them this. So it's very empowering, and it feels really good when you're able to help somebody move out of feeling bad. So.